We have just left Herringfleet mooring where we stopped for a bit of lunch, and we're now just about to come on to the new cut. I've had a look. This new cut is about 2.5 miles long, so I've speeded this up a bit going along the new cut. This new cut was dug in 1833, but it's still called the new cut. The idea when they dug it out was to try and get commercial traffic to use the docks in Lowestoft rather than Great Yarmouth. By digging the new cut, it actually reduced the distance from Reedham to the port of Lowestoft by about 7 miles, I think it was. Before they done this cut, as you left Reedham, you sort of went to the left up towards Burley Arms, Breydon Water. And obviously if you cross the Breydon Water, you're in the port of Great Yarmouth. But if you wanted to go to Lowestoft by the Burley Arms, you had to turn sort of right to Burgh Castle down towards St Olave's, Somerleyton, towards port of Lowestoft. So they put this cut in, so it just goes straight from Reedham into, well, just past St Olave's, cutting down a lot of travel time for the commercial vehicles, just trying to encourage them to go to Lowestoft rather than the port of Great Yarmouth. As far as I know, it was financed by businesses in Norwich to try and get more trade, because a lot of trade they was losing out to because the ships were going to Great Yarmouth. So from what I understand, they all clubbed together to finance the digging of the new cut. And I don't think there's actually been another cut dug at all since this one. As some of you may or may not know, the Norfolk Broads is entirely man-made, every bit of it. It was actually done from peat digging. The first written evidence that I can find is from the 12th century, when much of East Norfolk was cleared of its woodland for fuel and building materials. Then for the next 200 years, peat digging was the biggest industry. Records show that the pits gradually began to fill with water, making the peat more difficult to extract. So by the 14th century, peat digging was abandoned and it slowly just flooded. That's how we actually got the Norfolk Broads. So there's a little bit of useless information for some of you out there. It looks like we're all over the place going along, but I've speeded this up because it would just take so long to go down the new cut. But we're heading up to Reedham. As we get into Reedham, I'll probably have a walk round, see if there's any little bits of shopping or anything we need to get done. But it's going to be tricky as we get into Reedham, because as we come out the end of the new cut, you're going to have the tide will be going against us, because it will be going straight down towards Great Yarmouth. And that is a very strong current once you get up to there. But also, if you're coming along this new cut, make sure you stay within the markers. Otherwise, it can get shallow right to the edges. So just stay within them. Well, we have come to the end of the new cut. We're going to turn left here towards Reedham. If you was to go right, that would take you down towards Great Yarmouth, where the big boats used to go. As you turn on here, it is a very strong current because the tide is all going towards Great Yarmouth. So you've got to be a bit careful. As you turn, it will pick up the nose of the boat and try and swing it round. We are just about to come up on Reedham swing bridge that you can see in the distance there. This bridge is actually built on the site of an old Victorian swing bridge, which used to be a single track bridge that a Sir Samuel Morton, I think his name was, he built it, commissioned it in 1840 for the wherry boats to go through, as the normal bridges were too low and they couldn't get through, so he decided to build a swing bridge. But the bridge we're actually coming up on now was built somewhere around 1902, 1903, something like that. And the reason they built a new bridge was because the railways were getting so busy that they needed a double track bridge instead of single track bridge. The bridge is actually owned and operated by Network Rail. It's about 16.5 metres across the River Yare that the bridge spans. I've never really noticed, but apparently if there's one flag flying from the little house on the left, that's where all the control people sit to open and close the bridge. But anyway, if you've got one flag, apparently it opens on demand. You can just contact them on VHF radio on channel 12, or that you can call them. I just don't know the number offhand. You'd have to look it up on Google or the internet or something. But if there's two flags, red flags flying, it means it's inoperable. They can't open it. It could possibly be that there's a train on the way, or there is just something wrong with the bridge mechanism. But if there's two red flags, apparently they just cannot open it. I've just looked at the bridge marker over there, and we've got 11 foot today, so I've got plenty of clearance to get under the bridge. But the current is so strong, I'm having to give the boat quite a lot more revs, and where it's narrowing in to come through the bridge, the water, it is really strong current. It's just pushing us backwards really, so I'm giving a lot more welly than I normally would have to, but it's just so strong. That's why normally here in Reedham, on the Broads Authority free 24-hour mooring that we're coming up to on the right hand side in a minute, there is normally a harbour master to help people moor up, because this current is always this strong. When you do come up here, it is best if you can moor with your bow, the pointy end of the boat, into the current, so it seems to flow round you a little bit easier. I'm going to speed this bit up again, otherwise it's just going to take so long till we get there. But the wind's really picking up now as well. It keeps catching the boat and blowing me off course, which is not helping at all. So now I've got the wind and the current. This is going to be hard to moor up. So what I think I'm going to do is actually go past the mooring, keep all the way over to the left, then turn into the mooring, try and get the nose of the boat onto the mooring, and let the actual current bring the back round. I don't know if this is the best idea, But let's give it a go, and we'll work it out as we go along, because this wind and current is so strong. Just turning the nose in, and it's going to go really quick as the current picks up the nose of the boat. You see how quick that's going. So I'm just going to try and get the nose on, get the back round, and get the current to bring the back of the boat round while I'm keeping some revs up to keep it pushing onto the side. This is not the best plan I've ever had, because the current is pushing the nose off again, and I'm having to give her even more revs just to get the nose to stay there, and it is banging onto the side, which is not great to see, but at least I can step off the back now to get a rope tied up, so that should hold the back, and if for some reason the front did go out, at least the back is secured. But I do have the engine still going on full lock against the bank, doing about 1100 revs, so I can get round, and the engine is actually holding it onto the bank, and hopefully this is going to give me enough time to get the ropes and step off at the back of the boat to get it tied up. Now I'm trying to get my rope from the front, and my ropes all got caught up. It couldn't have happened at a worse spot really, but for some reason we have lost one of the ropes, so we've only got one rope on the front, which at the minute we're just sharing on the left or the right hand side, whichever side we're mooring up. So I definitely need to get another rope for the front. I've got two on the back, but only one on the front. If you come to Reedham, see if the harbour master is there to help you, or have someone with you. But we're going to go for a walk around the town now.